Yes, we can. Uh, uh, so let's see. Who you want to start? Let's see. Kianda, you want to introduce yourself since they haven't seen you guys before?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kianda. I live in Norfolk down in Ocean View, and I'm one of the owners of the Mamba Room.
And do you have your virtual friend watching?
Yes.
Okay, good. And Robin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I'm Robin. I am an intention candle artist. I am the owner of 1111 Candles and More, and I'm here in Hampton, Virginia. And I work with Alex quite frequently, so I decided to join tonight.
Thank you for finally making it here. You guys have been incognito for a long while.
Observing from afar.
Yeah. So you have a community of weird people over here, so welcome.
Who's weird? Speak for yourself.
Yes, John.
You've got a lot of light shining in your face. Can you adjust that?
I can adjust that.
Yeah, your glasses are glowing.
Just take your glasses off.
You know, I'm just very bright. I have a lot of light.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do that.
His aura is very strong.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will adjust that as we go along. Let's see. And let's go with somebody else who have not been around. I see Errol's here. Hello, Errol. And Kathy. Rico, she's on the phone somewhere. Let's see. Rico, would you like to share a little bit about yourself?
In the middle of cooking, so my camera was a little over. I can't see if you can see me.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, now.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm in the middle of the kitchen, but welcome. Well, not welcome, but hi.
Who are you? Who are you?
So what's for dinner?
I'm hungry. Sorry. Right now.
So he's a new client in Washington D.C. A wonderful group of people over there, and so he's cooking, and he's a teacher, and him, Robin, and who else? Where's your group, Robin?
Ray's up here. Ray and Zach.
Ray and Zach are here.
Where's Ray and Zach? Ray and Zach somewhere. There you go, Ray, Ken. Yeah. So.
Oh, there's Ken. I didn't see Ken.
So welcome everybody to another day of conversation. Amy, how are you doing? You're very quiet over there.
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
My
I get
name
to
is
see your dog
Rachel.
now.
Say it again.
I get to see your puppy.
Yes, yes.
Let's see the dog.
Her name is Honeybee.
Oh, Honeybee.
Oh, that's a
Being
cute.
camera shy right now.
Hey, Jack.
And this is Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
Hairless one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what's today's topic?
Something in politics.
Isn't it Trump?
So interesting topic today, yes? So welcome again, everybody, to our now and then September gathering. So I just want to hold the space for everybody to have a conversation here. But we're coming from a viewpoint where we talk about politics and spirituality. And before I begin, I want you guys to just take a nice deep breath and release. And then taking another nice deep breath and release your political frustration. Just release. And taking another nice deep breath. Understanding you have wonderful political viewpoints, just let it go for that. Just let it go. We're exploring from a space of human journey, and we're exploring from a space of the function and purpose of politics. and we're exploring from a space of our soul journey here on earth. Everything has a function, a purpose, especially for our spiritual journey. So, and then take another deep breath and letting go and opening the mind. Just allowing your mind, human mind, to be able to listen to your spiritual conversation in a very interesting topic called politics. Upgrading the human mind to see it from a different vantage point. And I'm going to bring you guys to a different vantage point to see how it works for you guys. And taking another breath now. And open your eyes and come back here. Welcome back. Yes, you're back on Earth. Okay. In technology, in Zoom. It was funny. I've got everything set up and I forgot to put it on my computer. How fun. Okay, but I pull out my laptop and my good old laptop and I'm ready to go. Okay. So, who would like to read me the definition of politics? Does anybody have a definition of what a politics is in the dictionary?
Do people own dictionaries anymore?
Well, you can put your dictionary.
If somebody's got one, please show it in front of your camera.
Well, Wikipedia would be okay.
Yeah,
Somebody asked Siri.
All right.
dictionary on your computer. It's amazing how you can have the whole encyclopedia on your computer or laptop.
Right in front of you, right?
I have the definition.
Okay, who wants to read the definition? Politics. Now.
Yeah, I've got it. The activities associated with the governance of a country or another area, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that doesn't sound very positive.
Just have that
Sounds like
power
a-
on the end. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, let's go to battle. It's like, that's what they start off with, you know, conflict.
Oh, before we go too far, I want to just check with Larry. Larry, are you recording this show, this session? Let me see.
Hi, Laurie.
I see the little record red icon.
Okay, she's recording. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, she said she was going to do it.
There is a second definition here too.
Okay, so there's other definitions. Go ahead and read some more.
Okay, this is from the Greek. Is the set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power, relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. The academic study of politics is referred to as political science.
Okay, so does that sound more positive for you, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that definition. Can you read that again?
Yes. Affairs of, is the set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of human power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. The academic study of politics is referred to as political science.
Okay, so you heard that. What do you all think about that?
I noticed that the common word used in both definitions was power.
Mm-hmm. What else did you all hear? One is power.
Status.
Status. What else?
Common good, was that mentioned?
Well, who was that saying? Kathy?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it? What did you say, Kathy?
I didn't know if she said common good or not.
Okay, you have an echo. Did you have two things going on at the same time?
Okay, I'll show
Like the last 3 times.
Thought
Okay.
she might have said common good.
Okay. So you said common good. Okay. Very good. What else? Anybody? What
Did
did
I
you
hear
all hear?
distribution?
Say your thing.
Distribution. Yes. Distribution of resources. Yes. Perfect.
Mhm.
And the
Ken,
study,
I know you hear this very well, so I want to hear what Ken hears.
And it's the making of decisions in groups.
So what did you hear, Ken? Yes.
I did hear again everything that everyone else had mentioned. It's the distribution of power, that it is really in the hands of a small group of people.
Mm-hmm. So thank you first. I forgot to thank Hop for reading that. Thank you so much, Hop. And now that they have said something, do me a favor. Do you still have that open?
Yes.
I want you to read it again, and this time I want you all to hear it again. Go ahead.
Is the set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. The academic study of politics is referred to as political science.
Okay. Interesting how we all hear things differently in the same definition, yes?
Mm.
Some hear power, some hear distribution, some hear this. So, before we go any further, every one of you here is alive, is it not?
Yeah.
I think so.
I hope so, because otherwise you wouldn't be here, right?
my last check.
And every one of you is on a human journey, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you guys are on an alien journey, we have a different conversation,
Mm.
okay? But you guys are on a human journey on Earth, yes?
Yes.
Is it possible to be on Earth and not be a part of politics?
No.
Yes.
I mean, you could be, but you would be in a very secluded place and not interacting with others.
You'd be isolated.
You will be a part of politics because they decided what that place is.
Mm.
If perhaps
Even if you go to Montana in the woods or the mountain, you called it a sacred place.
Mm.
Somebody has decided that is a reserve where you could go. But is it possible for you as a human being to go to a place where no politics is there?
No.
Desert Island.
It's still there.
There's always a government.
There is always a government, correct?
Even if it's only one party.
Even if it's one tiny little island.
Yeah.
Okay.
But does the government actually, is it relevant if you don't adhere or subscribe to what the regulations are?
Even if you do not hear it, but what we talk about is politics is a structure, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Where it governs the property or the human resources, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I guess, sorry.
Okay, so you might not be participating in the politics.
Well, I was going to say that politics doesn't necessarily have to be governmental, right? Like even in workplaces, family, government, friends, there's always some kind of discussion, figuring out what the resources are, figuring out what needs to happen with where. And so even if it's, I mean, I think in our day in society, we think of politics as our government.
Yep.
But according to the definition, it can really be any one of those things that you have to negotiate or kind of come into an agreement with either a family member or a friend or a work or political, like with the government, with resources and stuff like that. So unless you are completely by yourself on a deserted island or by yourself in Montana, but even then that choice of removing yourself from society in a certain way is still a separation from that.
And a political decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kianda, you're jumping ahead of me. So that's really
And that is not how.
By the way, Kianda loves to jump all over the place for me. With me, I have to catch up with her.
Sorry, Alex.
She's in multi-dimensional and multi-spaces. So the wonderful thinker. So she's 100% correct. So is there an existence of an organization that does not have politics?
In simple terms, if you get a group of people, there will always be a leader and followers.
Correct.
So the question that maybe I'm missing something, even in that, like when we say leaders and followers, I heard governance, I heard agreement with people. It sounds like it's a cooperative thing. So how can there be a leader if I choose not to follow? How can there be governance if we don't listen? How can there be an agreement if there is no amenable conversation? If the people or us or whoever we're speaking of are not following it, can there really be a structure if nobody acknowledges that the structure is there?
Okay, so I love what Rico is talking about because he's coming from the academic conversation where he has structure. So do you have politics in your school?
Yes.
So let's say if you don't participate in it, don't want to listen to it, can you be a part of that organization?
No.
No, you can't. So now you have to go somewhere else. You see that? So, but what if your soul journey says you got to be a teacher? Now you tell me how you're going to work that out.
That's actually where I get stuck with wondering if that means it's not my soul journey if I can't be who I am or who I think I am.
That's why we're talking. That's why we're talking over here. That's why I want to help you, because people separate politics so much and they get angry about politics so much when they don't realize actually it's a part of and parcel of our journey. Okay, because when you're fighting that, you're putting forth an energy that is not healthy, and when you do so much of that energy, your mind cannot be clear and open. So just for an example, if you don't want to be a part of this politics in Washington, D.C., then you have to go somewhere else to teach. And so the souls that you have an agreement to teach now is waiting for somebody else because you're not going to do that. So you have to go somewhere else. You might go to Timbuktu. They don't have a contract with you, but now you're going to go teach over there because you just don't want to be a part of that politics. And Timbuktu has very nice politics. They're very friendly. They're all very nice. So you go over there. So how does that work? I'm opening a whole can of worms here, by the way.
I'm taking notes on your worm stamp.
Thank you. We'll make it bigger and fatter in a moment, okay?
Got a whole pad right here, ready and waiting.
Okay, so let's come back again, and I'll come back to Rico again in a moment. So the premise of politics is actually very simple. It's like when you have a group of people in a simple little organization or a little town or a little village or anything. Once you share something, somebody has to help to organize. Somebody likes to just go hunting and fishing. Not a problem. Somebody just like to build houses. Not a problem. And then somebody else like to build houses. Now we have two people. Okay, and then the third person comes, I want to build houses too. Okay, now we have three people. Now who's going to be the one to decide that? And here's where I always use this funny little thing here. I said, put a group of men in an island. They have a great time. They do all kinds of things. You put one woman in the island with the 5 men, what happens?
Depends on the woman.
You going out?
I'm not going to say a word.
Competition, yeah.
Oh, you guys are thinking here. You guys have got, I can see you guys got funky, dirty mind here.
No, no, that wasn't even what I was thinking.
Dangerous territory. Just like,
So let's flip the role a lot. You put the island of 5 Amazon women, and then you put one man in that island and says, "Here you go have fun."
Can't fight.
How long will the fun exist?
Till the competition.
Depends on who you're asking.
Depends on the people.
So let's ask Brian. So did the spiritual conversation just went out the window?
Pretty much.
No, it's all spiritual, Alex.
Yeah, right, Alex. Spirituality and sexuality are not separate.
So if it's all spiritual, like you just said here, so can they have fun and still be spiritual?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's preferred that they're having fun and still being spiritual.
All right, so now let's flip the coin around again. So now they put politics on that island with the 5 people. Okay? And so they're going to have to debate. They're going to have to decide who's going to use the resource, the only resource. And so how are they going to decide? Voting? Hands up? Or who's going to fight the biggest and the strongest win? Is that politics?
I think that's the origin of mud wrestling, Alex.
Ah, I guess Maggie would have fun with that, wouldn't it? So now we talk about, let's say, a herd of wolves in the jungle, just a herd of wolves. When you put a
pack of wolves.
A pack of wolves, thank you. Somebody got the correct language here. Thank you, Linda. The pack of wolves. When you put a pack of wolves in the jungle, what will happen automatically?
They'll establish who the alpha is.
The alpha one will step in. The alpha.
They'll establish territorial rights.
Correct. So alpha, territorial, 100%.
Also the wisest one.
I don't know about the wisest one, but the strongest one will definitely persist there. But the wisest one will also be, the one that who's strong enough and wise enough to be able to take advantage of the group. So now, without training, without conversation, why do they do that?
Oh, ego.
Survival of the whole pack.
Survival of the whole pack. You see that?
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest.
Scarcity.
I have news for you guys. You guys are human. You guys have instinct just like that. Survival of the fittest. Whether you have education, whether you have no education, whether you have clothes, whether you have no clothes, whether you have doesn't matter what color you are, you will have that. So it's completely designed inside the human ecosystem. Politics exists everywhere. People try not to include religion into politics, but politics is a part of life.
Parent.
Can you hear what I'm saying here? This is just discussion right now. No right, no wrong. This is just like taking a look at it. So like Kianda was saying, so if you go to church, is there politics?
Big time.
Absolutely.
Oh, you guys shaking your head really quickly, yes?
Big time.
If you go to a corporate where they have hierarchy, is there politics?
Yeah.
They didn't say they're politician, did they? No, they didn't say, I'm a politician. I'm going for the president.
No, they said they're the boss though.
Ah, they say they're boss. But how many people actually who are in religion kill to be leaders? they do the nastiest thing as religious person to be a leader.
Now look
So
at the Vatican.
The Vatican, right.
yeah, so there's a lot of power in the Vatican. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm saying that there are certain people, when it comes to human being, no matter what religion, whether it's Roman Catholic, whether it's Protestant, like the King of England, decided to change the whole religion because she wants to marry more people. And want to have more wives. And then you go to Southeast Asia where the king says, this is my religion because I want to have 15 wives. Yes, John.
So magic, medicine, science, and religion were all one big amorphous conglomerate until they started classifying according to man's will. So how can we separate it from anything, really? We're all one big conglomerate, really.
Okay, so say that again. Magic, science,
Medicine,
and religion.
We're all one giant amorphous conglomerate at one point until we started classifying according to man's will. So how can we really separate out from anything?
Is it really a separation just because they're separated?
No.
Thank you, Ken. It doesn't matter because if I say religion is that, I named this religion Roman Catholic. Is it part of spirituality? And
No.
if I don't practice Catholic, I still practice spirituality. It's still part and the parcel of energy, is it not? Whatever I practice, if I practice magic, or I practice tarot, or I practice prayer, they're all one the same energy, but different words, is it not?
Yes.
So which one is right? Mine is right.
No, mine is right.
Nobody else. Mine is right.
Mine.
This is what this is where war begins when I say mine is right and yours is wrong.
And that's called politics.
And so it actually doesn't matter with politics. It's not just politics. In corporate, if my way is the right way and your way sucks, guess what happens?
Conflict.
And then you got my religion is the right religion that will bring you to heaven. Heaven. So beautiful a place. Why don't you use it?
Earth plane.
So we as human beings on this spiritual journey love, really love to make meaning so special about something spiritual. You know that? And then we label it and make it so precious and everybody else have to respect it. But who's the one who made the meaning? It's Robin who makes the meaning. So she's special, okay?
We're all special.
Yeah. If Joe makes the meaning, he's gonna make it so fun.
We want to have fun.
Yeah. Okay. If William makes it a meaning, guess what will happen? Everybody's gonna have fun too. So, and then there's the serious one, the scholars, yes?
That's me. I'm a scholar.
Okay, so now we have, when she defines something, it has to be the right way, the right color, the right smell, the right angle, and the right representation. Yeah?
He's making fun of.
No, you decide that. We were just playing around here. I'm just saying that when scholars do that, they will actually have to do research about what is the best thing. You get that?
Yeah.
They're scholars. She's a queen. She's not a scholar, by the way.
We could have claircognizance, though, included in our scholarly ways, Alex.
Okay, we will have all of that. So let's just throw we you know, like Deanna was saying, everywhere there's politics, even in music, in dance, and you go to Hollywood, is there politics? Yeah, you go to a yoga studio with the ashram, is there politics?
Yes.
But you said that's the holiest place, though.
No, it's just the way humans are made up. We live in the world, so naturally there will be organization unless there's a consciousness that's so high, everyone is self-regulated, but still there's this order.
So
by human being.
So perfect, Kai. So let's use your conversation there and
Yes.
say, okay, so if we're here on Earth, and does Earth has a group of people that have such high consciousness where they actually regulate themselves for a whole lifetime, not just 1 week, not just 1 month, not just 1 year, but the whole lifetime.
Are we talking about human beings?
It could
Human
be.
being.
You tell
Insects,
me,
bees.
is there an existence of another being here on Earth that you know that is living the whole year, regulating themselves?
Even if you were completely self-contained and self-regulated and self-sufficient and everything, you still are going to bump into somebody at some point. And at some point, there's going to be a need to give or take. And so there's going to be a need to decide, how do we do that? So like, even if you are completely independent and completely self-managed, at some point, you have to interact with other beings. That's part of life.
Thank you. Can you see that? Even if you are regulated, just like how many communities, like the Mormons or not Mormons, Elizabeth, you guys went to go buy the scarf from what was this?
Amish.
The Amish. Even the Amish, as basic as they want their life to be, they still have politics. And not only that, they still have to use the societal structure where they have to buy a piece of land from the community to be able to exist in their own community. Do you understand that? So they're still part and parcel of the city's politics or the state politics. You see that? It's a substructure there, but not personally exists by itself without anything.
Alex?
Yeah.
So you prefaced this before you really started with, this is part of the human journey. Is it different from the soul level?
We'll talk about that in a moment. Thank you for jumping ahead too. It's okay. That's why I'm opening this conversation. I just have to manage you guys. You guys love to go woohoo, which is fun, right? So I'm just asking you from just exploration part, you know, is there a place here where you and know that I don't know, that this is not part and the parcel of politics in the human journey? I would like to know, though. I would like to go. So the answer is nobody have one, yes?
Right. Nobody.
Nobody have a place that I can go there and say there's no politics involved, yes? So now, if there is no place, that means the next life you come, wherever you want to be born into, guess what? You'll be will be a part of politics, is it not? Because if you told me that there's a team, there's a Shangri-La there, that there's no politics, I might want to be born over there next, yeah? But because we choose to experience life here on Earth, We did. Did you all not choose this? Any of you didn't choose this? Well, at least you guys are all pretty evolved here that you all understand you all choose this. Okay? Because younger souls people, I don't have much conversation. I let others do their talking for them, okay? So thank you guys for coming here and having this mature conversation from the soul perspective. So let's just play and then just talk about it. So because every part of this society that you want to come and experience, let's say if I want to just travel to India tomorrow to just learn, how many political influences that I have to go through before I can even get there?
Can you repeat that, please?
How many political influences, information, passport, visas, whatever, just to get there?
Yeah.
Numerous.
It's crazy, you get that? And then by the time I get there, I think, oh, I'm in heaven. And you walk across the street and they have rules over there. Oh, you have to take your shoes off before you come in. Oh, you have to bow over there before you go there. Oh, you have to be in silence. Oh, you cannot wear your very low cut clothes. You need to wrap up now. Oh, you have to put your shirt on. You know, gentlemen, you have to put your shirt on. You cannot go in there without shirt on now. Immediately, there is some form of structure, is it not? Even if you go to the Tibetan temples, what would happen if you run in there naked?
You'd probably be arrested. Somebody would come with a blanket and cover you up.
Yeah, why didn't they just accept you? Because that's the world of acceptance, is it not? Could they pray sitting next to you naked?
It's unfair.
Oh, it's unfair to who? So imagine you sitting here, you're free because you are comfortable with your body. You're sitting here naked in the temple and there's monks over there without clothes. How are they praying now?
They're good at it.
Praying you'll cover up.
Praying you'll go away.
And so, is that a spiritual journey now?
Sure it is. They should just get used to it and meditate anyway.
Well, you so happen to be an instrument for their lesson. You just so happen to test their theory if they actually have mastered their concept, yes?
Yeah.
In one simple little walk-in. Is it wrong?
No.
So
It's not necessarily respectful, though, by our today's standards.
exactly, that's the societal standard. That's what I'm saying. You have all those political rules. You see that? The rules are created by who? By God?
Those that are governing.
The society.
No, but the society is created by who?
Hopefully the hedonists.
And the hedonists are who?
The hedonists, gotta look up that definition again, Alex.
No, who are the hedonists?
People.
Everybody. We all are.
Men. Rules are created by men.
It all ends up people, yes? It all ends up to man or woman, human being making a decision, did it not? Can you tell me one system in this earth that is not created by man? And one political structure that is not created by man?
Well, nature, if unencumbered, is not created by man. So like in the heat of in the heart of a jungle or something, where nature is just full on nature without any man being in touch with it, yes.
Are you sure nature is not created by man?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that, Alex?
What kind of question is that, Alex?
Okay. I want to hear who's the one that's asking.
Okay.
Okay, I heard Linda. Who else asked?
I asked.
John asked. Who else? Brian asked. Brian.
I said it, but I was just playing with you.
So who else asked?
Now he's backing off.
Right?
No, there's
Yeah,
somebody
he's
else.
backing off.
What kind of a question is that?
He's double taking.
Nature.
It's okay.
It's a crazy question.
Actually, it's not. If
It's
the
not a crazy
definition, if you read the history of the
It
Gnosis of the Essenes, they say that man created nature.
Thank you, Hope. So the concept is far-reaching. I'm stretching you guys already here, okay, in so many different ways in just a short time, in 40 minutes of conversation, yes? Okay, it's making you see something that we all consider, we all thought, not all, a lot of us think that politics is bad. And we don't want to play politics. And right now, I'm just asking you, is it even possible to not play with it? Or to not exist inside that? So if it's not possible to not be a part of it, what is the best thing for us to do as a human being, and then a human being on a soul journey?
Just flow with it. That's my way.
Just flow.
Whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, make
So
your
that's one way, just flow with it. What else? What other way?
preference. I have my preference of how I want to be in the structure, and whatever it is. Like if it's not to my preference, the results of anything is not my preference, then learn to adapt to it. Simple, and enjoy myself within the structure.
And slow down again. There's no right and wrong over here. I just want you guys to really open your mind up here, to take advantage and to actually master this experience instead of at the mercy of this experience. You understand that?
Mm.
At the mercy of what?
At the mercy of politics.
Yeah.
Politics is just one word, and yet it creates so much havoc with so many people. But why do we have to let that happen to us? So, and Kai, thank you for sharing. I say, so what can we do about it? So,
It happens to us because we're here.
thank you. That's why you're here, my dear friend Robert. You know, you're here and you choose to be in Virginia Beach. That means you have the Virginia Beach politics that you're part of. You get that?
Yeah. True.
The moment you choose a spot, like Elizabeth, where is she? Where are you, Elizabeth?
New York State.
Thank you.
Previously New York City.
Thank you. So, is there politics over there?
Oh, yes. Yes, there is. Loud and clear.
Exactly. So, Kai is from Malaysia. Is there politics over there?
Yeah.
Of course there is.
Very
you know?
interesting. The politics are very interesting here.
Yes. And
No, I don't want to get pulled down into the low vibe conversation.
okay, so Arrow, he's on an airplane right now. I think so. No. So, Arrow.
Yes.
You live in Chesapeake. Is there politics there?
I suppose so.
You're not sure?
Yes, the human contract of politics exists.
Did you play? Did you pay? Did you have to, go pay your water bill?
Yes, that's required. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you're part and parcel of city's politics. Otherwise, you wouldn't have water. Okay.
Alex.
And hold on a second, John and Ken. Kenneth, you are in Washington D.C. Yes?
In out Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington D.C.
Just outside.
Yes, yeah.
So, is there politics around you, my dear friend?
Far too much of it. Thank you very much. I have more to spare among the group, if you like.
Oh, you can share with all of us too. Yes.
Just spread it around.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it. Yes. So where is Remy in them? I'm not seeing them. Let me see. Are they still on? Oh, there you guys are. Like you got Brian's. It says Brian's phone, so that's why. That's why I didn't know that. Okay, so now, so John, what was your question?
My question is, you started to phrase a question to us about why one word gets us riled up about one thing or another. And usually it's because we subscribe meaning to that word, and we have things that are attached and associated to that word. So that's why it means so much.
It's not usually, it's all the time.
Yes, all the time.
And we can just say not just politics. One word could trigger a lot of things. Are you guys ready to be triggered again?
Good.
Man.
Was that the trigger?
Okay, now that's not for him. Women. And then another word, sex. Yeah? And then one more word, Trump. Just one word.
Just one word, Trump.
Why do we let that one word raise our blood pressure? And then spoil our day even just because we heard that one word. So we are actually at the mercy of the word that, as John said, the meaning that people put to those words. So, Kai, you said a phrase. Can I use what you just said earlier?
Sure.
Okay. So a lot of us, without expanding our conversation and understanding the part and the parcel of politics in our spiritual journey, we made it very, very wrong for a lot of things. And we try to avoid it, and we try to tell it that it's not spiritual, and it's not this, and it's not that, and it's not right, and it's not that. We have so many knots about it. You get that? So we're in a knot in ourselves. Let me see, I hear voices. It's my own echo. I hear myself talking. Okay, maybe it's from here. Let's see, I got my computer going over there. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, when we are at the mercy of the word, we actually just give power somewhere else. You get that? And then we have to avoid that thing. So now we limit our life to live our life, to avoid that. And then we say we have to like go with the flow of it. Are we actually going with the flow of it when there's all around us happening to us? Or are we actually avoiding?
You mean by going with the flow?
Even with going with the flow, like some people say, I'm in religion, I'm a Catholic, I just go with the flow, whatever the Pope says. Whatever the Pope says, I just go with the flow.
And that's limiting. If we're limiting it anyway, then we're giving away our power in some way, and we're not fully participating, nor are we fully living.
So I want you all to hear this, that if you choose to go with the flow, but you are the captain of your ship. That's a very different conversation. You understand that? Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Alicia.
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah. So when you choose to go with the flow as a captain of ship, let's say if you go with the flow in the ocean, like a little sailboat, like I was sharing with somebody, the sailboat will be floating, and you're just going with the flow. And if there's no sail, there's no engine, you rely on what? The ocean, yes. The current, yes.
Yeah.
You rely on the wave and the wind, yes.
Yeah.
So if I want to go from here to Florida, how long will it take me to go from here to Florida without a sail, without an engine?
There's no telling.
There's no telling. I could be on the beach, will I not? Or I could be blown out into the ocean before I go, and I could be going up north to New England, for all I know. So if I go with the flow of the ocean and the wind and the wave and the tide, like the weatherman would say, one day it will be coming from the south with the hurricane. The next day it will be coming from the north with the north wind. So we'll be going back and forth, back and forth. However, if we choose to go with the flow with our own knowledge and wisdom by adding one thing called the sail and another wisdom that we call compass or GPS, where we choose a direction where we want to go, called Florida. And now we can use the wind wherever if it's blowing from the north, we can direct the compass to go to our GPS, and we use the sail to push us in that direction. How fast can we go now?
At whatever speed we choose.
How likely are we to go? So let's say the wind is fast today and tomorrow is slow. So we have to go with the flow. We have to slow down and say, oh, there's no wind today, so we're not moving. So why don't we just go jump and just swim in the ocean, catch some fish, and get ready for when the wind comes, yes? So all I'm saying to you guys is, there's a lot of spiritual conversation that says we have to go with the flow. And I've been there. I've been there for 5 years in going with the flow. I went nowhere. I was penniless, homeless, everything. I went with the flow, 100%. Spirit tell me, go there. I got it. Spirit tell me, leave everything. I leave everything. I mean, my first spiritual trip was where people heard me. It's like, you have to give up everything. And I was in Austin, Texas in college, and we have an apartment. I have to leave everything. I says, so I can drive to, and I was told to go to Taos, New Mexico. So I can drive. No, you cannot drive. You have to give your car up. So how am I going to go? Use your thumb. So I got my backpack and my little Australian sheepdog. And that's all I got. Gave everything away and trust the Spirit to get me there. It took me a lot of days sleeping on the roadside in the desert in Mexico, in Taos, on New Mexico, on the road, Texas, and watching the stars. Beautiful. Walking in the road was so hot that my dog couldn't even walk, so I had to put him on the back. My little Australian sheepdog. But what I'm saying is, yes, it's good to go with the flow. That's why I help people to use, where is it? Oh, here it is. To explore spiritual journey and explore spiritual thing the easy way. Okay? And if you want the hard way like I had before, I now, thanks to Alari Anawa, have a hard button. So it's all part and parcel of a spiritual journey still. It really is. There's nothing wrong with this. I've had many lives that is very, very hard, and I die very young. I've just learned from the many journeys that there are ways to master this process the easier way. Okay, so now, why did I bring up this conversation? It's because Kai decided and Brian, okay? But I love it because it's so important in these political times. So let's add this conversation now to politics is part and parcel of your spiritual journey. So what does that mean now?
Sorry, are you referring to, and maybe I missed the part when I got kind of dropped off with my laptop, but are you referring to, like, for lack of a better word, like 3D politics, like what we're looking at with the presidential election, or more galactic politics of maybe a higher source?
Both.
There's no escape.
Thank you, Ken. Both. So I'm just saying, what if politics is part and the parcel of your spiritual journey?
Have to figure out how to get along.
That's one option.
You could form a political group of, for lack of a better word, like-minded people who would be maybe more amenable to your party, I guess.
You could do that.
You can learn your soul's lessons.
You will have to do that, yes. You guys are here. You guys don't even realize it. You guys are already learning your soul lesson here. The soul lesson is already being triggered here.
You could make Earth a Death Star and start with a whole new timeline. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you still have to.
No, I like her.
You still have to learn that in the next life, so.
You could be an influence with your connection with your spirituality. So
that is a very good use of your spirituality and influencer. Very good. What else? I mean, I'm just looking at stretching your mind, and I will give you some idea, but I want you guys to hear this. So if this is part and parcel of your life, is it a good idea to hate it?
No.
Why not?
Because then you end up hating yourself, because maybe the politics that you find unappealing affect everything about you. It affects how you think when you get up. It affects you throughout your day. It affects you before you go to sleep. It affects your sleeping time. So you end up being in this vicious cycle of never being satisfied.
So he's got a point there. I'm going to emphasize it a little bit. Good. Thank you very much for sharing that. The impact of just one little head, yes? You know, one head to one word or one subject, okay? But because, remember I said it's so part of the human structure here on earth, such a big part, yes? It's like, I go to Singapore, there's their politics. If I throw a bubble gum on the road in Singapore, what will happen to me?
You'll get caned.
In jail.
I'll be put in jail. Okay, or I'll be fine. Yeah?
You'll be caned.
I didn't know because I don't know about their politics. I just go over there. I thought I would just want to go see Singapore. You know? So, and I go to the Amazon and I say, oh, the river looks so good. Go jump in there. And I see many fishes just coming towards me.
Piranha.
Thank you. I didn't know it's piranha. It's like, oh, that looks so wonderful.
But Alex, with today's technology, they know when you go to Florida, where you go downtown, where you go here, where you go there. They can trace every set that you do, and from there they can figure out what you think.
Perfect. Just bring them to your bathroom and they'll like it. So what is the point that you want to tell me that they track everything that you do, Robert?
I would say they can. With the days
They are actually. It's not that they can. They are.
Yeah, they are.
Through your cellular device or perhaps your telephone or your automobile.
Yeah, I mean they have a technology just like they have a technology.
Computer.
Who's
What
talking?
you buy.
A computer, what you buy, correct, perfect. Just like they have a technology that the football players now, when they walk into the stadium to play, they all have to wear a bracelet. They see every step that they take and who they're in contact with. Every single player, they will see. If one person is sick, they will know how many people they have touched and they have backtracked all of that.
Oh, wow.
So they will quarantine every single one that was touched by this person. They could backtrack that precise. So, Robert, the point that you say is very true. They could. And if you allow people to track on your Google phone, on your phone, and you just say Google allow your GPS, you actually be able to see where you went the whole day yesterday. You will see your whole pathway. You'll be able to see it, but they can see it too. So the question lies in, I can hate that, I can be angry with that, and I can throw everything away, and I won't be talking to you guys on my computer. Okay? And I'll go to the jungle. Thank you.
They still track you. Even in the jungle, because there's satellite.
So
Satellite.
they will still be able to find you.
Yes.
So why not enjoy your life?
Yeah.
Knowing that they're doing that, it's like, it's okay. Hey, I'm over here at Walmart. No problem. Hello. You know, if you're not hiding, there's nothing to hide. But the moment you're afraid, that means you are hiding something. You don't have freedom anymore. Okay, so let's apply that to politics. When would you like to be free from that word called politics?
You should be able to free yourself
Nobody
from it
wants to be
anytime you
free, so
want.
the session is over. Nobody wants to be free from politics, so the session is over. So let's just bring topic.
I'm considering saying I am free of it, but I don't think I am. Like I don't
You're
get.
considering still, so you're not going to be
But
free.
you can be free of politics.
So
It depends on how much you want it to affect you. Just because someone knows that you went to the Gap to buy a pair of pants, is that going to stop you from going back there to buy a shirt later? Is it just because someone knows that you spent $50 at a restaurant in downtown DC, does that stop you from continuing to go out and enjoy your life? What restrictions are we putting on ourselves because we think that politics has this hold of us?
The moment you use, hold on, John. The moment you use that, you are the one who put your life on hold.
Exactly.
The moment
Just like this
you allow
conversation.
that, you actually limit your own self. Versus, I tell them, I says, I got this. You see my house? You see my house? I'm watching TV. Look at my channel. Go ahead. You know? I don't want to live like I'm a prison in some place. Yes?
Alex,
Yes, John.
so you spent an hour on the premise that we can't really avoid politics on any level. And now you're asking the question, how can we be free of the word politics?
Correct.
So isn't that an oxymoronic statement?
You tell me.
It sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Okay.
You can have freedom and still be in something. I'm very free inside of my own home, and I'm in my home. You can be free in that inside of that construct.
So
How much do you allow it to affect you?
Yeah, hold on. Let me help her get this. Okay, so first, I did say that politics is in every part of the world, yes?
Yes.
And it is in every part of culture, yes? And it's in every part of subculture, yes? And it's in every part of your work even, yes? Every bill that you pay has politics involved. Okay? So I said to you that it's part and the parcel of what I call human journey, yes? So all I'm asking you is, if we are at the anger and the mercy of that, then we have just trapped ourselves. So what does it mean when I ask you, are you ready to be free from it?
It means that, are you ready to accept your sovereign power to choose one way or the other? Because if you're a part of the construct, but you always have the mindset that you can leave it anytime you want, you're free no matter how long you stay in it.
Is that what you're saying, Alex?
Very close. I'll explain the whole thing, okay? So just stay with me, please, okay? So that's very close, Rico, okay? So what else when I say that, what are you ready to be free from? What is it? What does it mean?
Remember,
So
Alex,
letting it bother you.
Don't let it bother you, says Linda, okay? And Kai?
yeah, I mean, just reminding last month and most times we emphasize this point that we are the creator of our own lives, right?
Correct.
So we have the power to thrive in whatever situation it is. So including politics, including the government, the country. So we are the creator of our own life. So
Very
we are
good.
accountable to our own life. Yeah, so
Very good.
a lot of people are thriving in whatever situation. So there's no excuses to say that, okay, because of this, I cannot do that, or I'm constrained by this and that, or that is because if we just limit ourselves, if we just put our power to say, oh, I have no power to change my life or to thrive in the situation.
Perfect. Because the moment we put a constraint, we limit ourselves. We actually create our own limitations. That means we say, if there is a constraint, now I cannot use that in my journey. Or that becomes a process to block me. Okay, and so if there's another constraint, now I have 2 blocks. It's still a part of my life, whether I want it or not. Okay? So all I'm saying to you, just what does it mean? If I say you all actually can be free from politics, does it mean that you all are not part of politics? I didn't say that, did I?
We choose how we respond is how I receive it. So like even within the call during this time frame, I received a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. She transitioned. My immediate response was, oh no. And then I remembered that my association with the politics is what made me say, oh no, not the association with her life, not the association with her as an individual. That was fear that was rising as to how would things be now. And then I shifted within that moment as conversation continued to realize that I don't have to be trapped in a fear. I now can celebrate her and her contribution and know that going forward that everything is okay, and we will uplift her life and we will uplift the power of all that is beautiful and not be trapped in that moment. So that's what it meant for me.
Very
So
good.
what did she just do?
She just
Created a new meaning.
Yeah. Thank you,
Robin.
Robin.
Shifted herself.
Thank you.
Captured herself, that she almost got hijacked,
Yeah.
and she realized she had a meaning associated with that name, and she went into a feeling.
But she made the choice to shift to the way
Thank
that
you,
she.
William. And instead of going deeper and deeper and getting upset or sad and anything, she interrupted herself and she added a new meaning or start to reevaluate. Do I want to use a new conversation here? You're in a beautiful space to do that. Thank you, Robin. That's
Thank you, Robin.
And so she actually completely formulated a new conversation for herself. You see that?
Alex?
Right here. And when she formulated a new conversation, how did that body respond? How did your body feel, Robin?
I felt lighter after hearing what you said.
Yeah, you did too, Ken. You got the text too, didn't you?
I did, but you actually brought it back to the fact that someone who had an amazing life and career and did so much for so many other people has left this world. How about we celebrate her, and our heart goes out to her and her loved ones and her family, and just to live in that moment, not project into the future what we don't know what will happen, because we think because, you know, this spirit has left the world, oh, woe is us. Woe is us. We are going to be affected by this. We're not thinking about how other people have been affected.
Can you hear the two of them just demonstrated the normal human automatic tendency of having to define something?
Alex?
Yes, John.
So, have you ever seen Interview with a Vampire?
Yeah.
Has anybody else seen Interview with a Vampire?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you'll appreciate when Brad Pitt says to Antonio Banderas as he comes out of, I think it was the museum that they went to, that the greatest thing about him was actually that he held his melancholy. So I don't know if you remember that moment, any of you, but so what I just heard from Robin and Ken were beautiful, beautiful sentiments, right? But what I was asking Alex a few moments ago was something very specific.
Yes.
Because from my point of view, we have to understand how others think, and not all of us think alike, and not
Correct.
all of us want beautiful things.
Correct.
So that's where I was going with you, Alex.
Correct.
Sometimes the melancholy is a wanted thing.
Correct. So,
But do we have to understand how others think?
hold on a second. We're not going to go there. I'm going to bring you guys back to I can answer that question and this question, and so let's stay here for a second.
Can I ask? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, Rico. Okay, I'll go ahead, Rico.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering how we're using and now I use the word define, but how are we defining beautiful? Because I would think, and please pardon the example, I guess, but I think of people who like sadomasochists who enjoy pain. That's something that we consider to be pain, but it's very beautiful to them.
Right.
So even if you say that, okay, I like melancholy, does that not then become the beauty?
Yeah.
For
So
you,
also,
for your perspective?
I can understand that. So Rico, hold on to the conversation, you know, and I will explain something here because you guys are going in. The beautiful thing is you all are on a beautiful soul journey, and every one of you is right. Every one of you is right. That's what I love this. Do you understand that? Every one of you is right. And you all need to know that. There's no wrong here. You all are right. And I said to you in the beginning, whose journey is this? Yes? This is my journey, and that is your journey. So I'm going to give you an example. I want you all to really see now. I said to you, I'm going to come from several different levels. Okay, so in the physical level, in the social normal thing, we have to be polite to everybody, or we have to be nice to everybody, or this is socially correct, yes? So there is every culture have a socially acceptable thing, yes? So what if I jump you one step up now? Like John would say, everybody have to understand each other, but I'm going to jump one step up now and ask you, okay, so let's just go up from the soul perspective of human life. What if the soul perspective here is, I am Alex, I'm here to teach you all a lesson, or I'm here to help you all understand your lesson by pissing you all off, or by confusing you guys, or by making you guys sad, or by making you guys happy. So I have disregard for your feelings.
Let's see.
Am I wrong?
No, it's inevitable.
But we have a contract. I'm here supposed to press your button so to taste how good you are, how transforming you are, how a master of human you are. So am I wrong? So why do I have to take you into consideration? It's my journey.
Would it be because a part of the illusion of separatism is to learn how to deal with the rest of ourselves? I mean, if you were to ignore everybody else, then in some level, like Kim was saying earlier, you're ignoring other parts of yourself. And so if you're not considerate of them, then there's a part of yourself that you're also not considering. And that means that there's a part of yourself that you don't know.
Rico, thank you for asking that question. I understand our human mind trying to understand all of this is kind of oxymoron, okay? It's kind of confusing, okay? So I'm gonna bring it back down to the human earth, okay? So from the soul, what does it mean? What do you mean, Alex? You're supposed to piss me off and then it's okay? Okay, so no, we're gonna bring it back down to earth now, okay? So from the soul, I'm here to confuse Rico. So he doesn't know how to think right or left, or spiritual or not spiritual. So he's gonna be more angry at me by the time he finishes. Okay? And so I said, I've done my job. I'm gonna go home. So he's gonna get angry with it for the next 3 days, and he realized, I just let him give me. He just took my power. It's like, why did I just do that? And he walked up and called me next week. He said, Alex, I got it. So if you look down from the soul to the human, every one of us have a part of each other's journey. That's why we are part inside that society. And that's why I said, when you choose politics as a tool for your soul growth, you become the power of it, not at the mercy of it. You understand that? And just like Robin would say, or just like Rico would say, politics, okay, they say, this is wrong. I said, well, you can say this is wrong, but it doesn't change my life, so I'm just going to enjoy myself. You guys can go play with that. I don't need to play with that. There's a playground that you want to play in. I'll go to that playground and play. It doesn't have to limit me in my life. There's a whole big world to play. Versus, oh, that area of the world has this politics. This is perfect for my growth. This is perfect for my work. I'm going to use that. You are the master of your own journey. You choose which road you want to take. You choose which tool you want to use.
So, Alex?
And you choose which game you want to play. You understand that? Okay, John.
Sorry, Alex. You know how I am.
Question today.
So is your objective tonight to help us be empowered as souls?
My objective is for you guys to have your own freedom. This is your journey, your own freedom with the word called politics. And if you want to use it in the way that you want to empower yourself, to empower others, or to be angry at it, we still will learn from it. I am not attached to how you use this conversation. And because Kai suggested it, and I tuned into the soul, and they said, it is a good idea to make this is time for the soul to actually understand the function and purpose of politics in our life. And so I'm introducing this for you all to have freedom.
Alex?
When I say you have freedom means each and every one of you chooses how to use the current political system, the current political conversation, and the current thing. So I want to really expand on this really quickly. Okay, and just hang in there this time now. Okay, so I'm going to be talking now, unless somebody have one more question before I go on.
Alex?
Robert, yes.
I've been voting since 1956, never missed an election.
Okay.
I've been right, I've been wrong on my selections. And as of now, since I've become more spiritually involved and know my soul and all that, I have never been so confused on where my thinking is. There's so much going either way. And I am actually confused.
Okay. So thank you for sharing with that. And let me see if we, by after the end of this conversation, you'll be clear, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So first and foremost, I want you all to hear this really carefully. The only reason you will react to a political conversation is because you have placed a meaning to that conversation. Something that you personally put that meaning to it that is very strong, and you attach to that meaning that is not powerful. And the moment when an information comes into you and you say, this person is right, the moment it hit your information in your brain, you will react. The moment you also react and lose control, or react and take action, is because you have created that meaning that you had to follow through with that action. Every single one of us, from a kid to the oldest man. And one example is the oldest wise man says, I have my life all taken care of. I am not concerned with anything these people are doing because I have figured out how to completely take care of everything I need. I have my food, I have my money, I have everything. And I just enjoy my wonderful garden, and I just play, and I take care of my wonderful dog. And all the political conversation is just wonderful. They're just playing. And so when he hears something in the news, he just smiles and says, they're just playing. They're just learning how to win. That's awesome. Some have very good voice, some has no voice, and some is angry with the other, and some's happy with the other. And he still go home and cook his dinner and enjoy his dinner and give his food to his dog. He has no concerns. It doesn't affect his body, doesn't affect his environment, doesn't. And he understands that, just like Robert, he understands that when I choose, I look at this person, I say, I think I like that person. Freely, he says, if I want to make a difference, I'll go vote for that person and choose that person. That is the best for us. He just chooses the best because he knows when he chooses, he will make a difference. He's not wondering what everybody else says. He knows that when he chooses, he makes a difference. And then he go on and do his own thing. And even if that person loses, it will not. Why? Because he has he is in full control of his life. And so let's go down the road to somebody who's a big part of the corporate business and a big part of the corporate world. He's the CEO of this company, and his company is so involved with the government and politics and everything like that. And he's a big sponsor of one people and everything like that. So he has made that this political game is a huge part of his life, yes? He has made that this political conversation is so important to his business that he's attached to it. If he does not support it, he will lose his work, he will lose his job, and his family will suffer. So he has so much vested in it. You get that? So much. So every conversation he has to see how he can influence it in the direction that he wants. So in his soul journey, he has to be so powerful, he has to connect, he has to donate, he has to go talk, he has to go smooch, and everybody to make it go his way. So when something didn't go his way, it will impact his life in so many different levels. Work, personality, freedom, he will lose his Porsche car, he will lose his home, he will lose his family. It's so integral in his life that this is part of it. And because he chose that journey, he will be impacted 100%. Whereas you go down further down the road, there's a little boy, he just wants to play football. He's 12 years old, mom's good, mom's taking care of us, go to work, mommy. And he just wants to go out there and throw his football all day long. I just love it. You don't even know what politics is. You just want to play football. Mom, why can't I go play football? I just want to throw. I just want to be the best quarterback there is. I just want to throw. And he go work out, go running, and he come back home. He just wants food, yes? So he just, where's my food? He just eat his food and go home. And he goes to sleep. Day in, day out, day in, day out. Why is it that politics was not part of his life at this stage? And why is it that the politics that went up and down that everybody's screaming about did not touch him at all? Why? Because he has not put any meaning to what it is. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
He has not put any meaning in that world either. So, coming from this perspective, you all get to choose to be a kid, to be the CEO, or to be the wonderful wise man. Or you can have a blend of all of this. That you can use that. And so now let's use this to another wonderful, just like the old man, we can add one element to it. We can say, what if politics is a beautiful structure that we all as a human in a society has chosen to use this system to coexist with each other. And because we choose this system and you come into this country on that full responsibility that I choose this system and I will live with inside this system happily. And I will find a way to use this system to the best of my benefit. That means whatever the political system is, it will always work in my favor. Always. Or if you fight the system, that means the political system will always affect my life. And again, I said, this is your life. I have chosen, and I understand politics is a part and parcel of all our life. My kids, my parents, my family, and all of yours. I understand that. and I choose to enjoy my life the easy way, whoever wins in the presidency, because I'm on my spiritual path, I will be able to do my work. If I'm not on my spiritual path, it will affect me. Plain and simple. So the moment you choose what politics mean to you as a human being on a soul journey, and again I say that, the moment you choose what politics means to you as a human being, because you guys are in the human three-dimensional experience, even though you guys get information from all dimensions, you know, it is part and part. The moment you choose what it means to you as a human being, in your soul journey, you will be successful. Thank you for listening. I'm going to open it up for questions for you guys. Okay? So what did you all hear from that conversation?
I like the idea of treating it like a game. That certainly makes things lighter for me.
It actually is a game. And life is a game. I like Florence Sheen's book, The Game of Life. Okay, so what did you all hear personally? Because this will let you guys are going to be thinking about this for the next week or two easily, or even for a long time to come. Believe me, this conversation will be triggered again, over and over again. Why? Because we are in the midst of all this election conversation. And so you guys have, as a soul, has chosen me to say, okay, I guess I'm going to have to transform this conversation. Just like just like Robin, she just immediately something happened. She got triggered and she just said, no, I can't immediately. So you guys are going to be triggered lots, and you guys are going to be using this exercise a lot to redefine your conversation of the word politics or political structure or the study of politics, like Hob was saying. But politics is plain and simple that a society choosing a system to see how to work with each other with the resources and how to create a system where everybody can coexist in a peaceful way. That's all. And some people will be arguing from one way to the other to say this is the best way, this is the best way, which is everybody is an opinion. That's why I say the moment you choose to define a meaning, you will say this is good, that is good. So what did you all get out of this?
Alex,
Mm-hmm.
do we have to know our soul path or soul trajectory in order for us to be successful at the game of life?
No. Did you want me to elaborate or?
Yes, please.
No.
Thanks for hearing my mind.
Well, you asked a question, I answered, yes.
He's allowed.
Well, the answer is no, because it depends on your soul path. You know, some soul needs to have purpose, and some soul coming here to be a successful singer. That's all. The soul comes here to be a successful singer. So the soul don't have to know. They just go and play with it, and they just love it. It's so natural. They sing, and it's just they're successful. The human being don't have to know. They just feel passion. They just feel like they want to do that. But some people, they have to understand what is the purpose, all of that very clearly.
Some people have to fight it.
Uh-huh. There's some people who come here, they just know. They just want to defend the country. And they were willing to die, yes? You know, warriors, William and I know warriors. We're willing to die. So I've done that. You know, I'll go there, I'll train to be the best, and I'll just do this, and I'll defend the country, and I die young. 23 years old, I'm dead. And the journey is done. So not everybody needs the purpose, just like the dog. She don't need no purpose. She just has food. Give me food, like my little one here. It's like,
She
food.
is the purpose.
Yeah. You just give me food. That's his purpose. That's all it cares. You don't care whether you're smiling or not smiling. You don't care whether you're angry or not. You just give me food. My little one here, even if you scream at him, you give food, he's happy. So what I want you all to get something. So give me some possible meaning that you could use, or possible words that you could use in relation to the word politics that will be beneficial for your soul journey and for your human journey. So who would like to share some? And I'll keep expanding for you guys with that.
The political climate is perfect for the work I'm here to do.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's just part and parcel, just like the weather, is it not?
Yeah, it's just perfect for the work I'm here to do. That's just the meaning I want to make of it.
Guess what? The crazier it gets, the more people want to talk to you. Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you for using that to your advantage. Okay. Anybody else? Keep making it up. Nothing's wrong here. I want you guys to be courageous to explore new meaning for yourself. What does politics have to mean to your life? You know, it could be the biggest thing.
Evolution.
It could be like, if I want politics to clean Virginia Beach, then I would jump in and be a part of that. You get that? I would jump in and say, okay, I need to elect the right person because it's going to clean Virginia Beach and we're going to be the best. I'll jump in.
I think for me, it's on a larger scale, kind of a crossroads, and hoping that there's a larger cultural awakening of the acceptance and the treatment of cultures at large, of people of different colors and different countries and different communities, so that there is a larger conversation that is happening now that has needed to happen for generations.
Okay. And so how can you rephrase that in a way that will be beneficial?
I'm kind of thrilled it's happening.
Are we having a vacuum cleaner going on here?
I mean, I'm happy that that conversation is happening, although I'm saddened by the events that have caused it to happen. But I am happy that it is happening and that there is a larger awareness of things that are going on and the changes. So for me, yeah, I think it's kind of like it's a larger conversation, not only about myself or outside. It's more of a larger conversation outside of myself, with like the cultural acceptance of others.
Would you like me to help you a little bit here?
Sure. Absolutely.
I hear that you like the conversation is going on very well. I hear that it is going along and it is definitely changing the culture. But what I'm saying is I'm helping you guys to see how to use this to help your spiritual journey and to really take advantage of this conversation here. So what if I said to you, you already like the conversation, you wanted cultures to be aware, you wanted race to be equal, you wanted people to do that, yes? And you wanted more awareness of other cultures, yes?
Yes.
So why don't you, if you want that, you could plug yourself into this conversation, say, from now on, my path will put me with the right people that will activate great political conversations for the culture that I want, that will make a difference for the culture that I want. So you connect with the right dots, with the right people, and bring the conversation to the right people that will actually change the culture.
Yes, I 100% agree, and you and I are working on that plan.
I want you to actually claim that, not just thinking, not wishful thinking. Yeah. It says, I am going This is my path. I will connect with the right people, with the right ambassadors in the country that will bring them here and will transform that conversation.
Yes.
And all this political situation that's going on will work in my favor.
Yeah.
Can you see the difference in the conversation?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you claim and you own it and you actually use it as your path versus just, well, I hope they're going to be nice. I hope it's going to help me. I wish they would listen to me better.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's part of your life.
Yes.
Make it happen, okay?
Okay.
And I know you will. So anybody else, if they want me to help you with this conversation, just empower yourself with the word politics. I'm just seeing what you get out of it. So, or you all can just share with me what you got out of this without getting anything.
Alex, I think one of the things that, I don't know, that, or maybe it's an idea that's shared among the group, but when you have the same thing going on year after year, decade after decade, and you get used to the sort of the normal ebb and flow, it goes from one party to the next and then back to the other, and then back again for 4 years and 8 years, 12 years down to 4. Sometimes you do need something to sort of come in and really disrupt the norm. The thing that's going to have you doing the exact same thing that you did the year before and the year before that.
Okay.
Where sometimes you have to disturb the order of things.
So that's where, Ken, that's where you come in for people and I come in for you.
Right.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you an example here. Correct. So let's say if you live in Montana, okay? Will winter come in Montana?
It will.
Will summer come in Montana?
It will.
Will fall come in Montana?
It will.
So every one of the season, it will happen whether you like it or not, yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every year it will happen up, down, really down cold, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And up really high, yes? And every year you try to farm your land, yes? When will you wake up to say, this might not be working the way it is?
Once I get tired of Montana?
Once you get tired of the weather or you get tired of Montana, you realize that there is a better thing for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be the one to wake up, not the weather. You get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the politics. You have to be the one to wake up. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Certainly.
A lot of us, we blame the politics. How could you blame the weather? Why didn't you blame the weather?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are in 100% in charge of your life, you can say, I want to grow the most wonderful food, the healthiest food in the whole world. And I tried it in Montana. It didn't work. So I'm going to bring it over to Florida. Hello? Check what? Wow, this is, oh my God. Look at how it goes. Who's responsible for your life?
I am.
The weather. The politics. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
The politics will go every 4 years this way, every 4 years that way, every 4 years, or possibly 8 years that way. Mm-hmm. And then the next one, they can only do 8 years. And then after that, it's going to go somewhere else again.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to the Earth way.
So that's Earth system, is it not? Just like the Earth weather. So when you understand as a spiritual being, this is what I'm playing with. Why fight it? I said in the beginning, understand how to use the flow, yes?
Mm-hmm.
That I'm the captain of this weather. The weather's going to change. I'm going to find the best weather for my plant. I'm going to find the best politics or the best country for my work. I'm going to find this is my life. I'm going to find the best place for my kids, the best place for my family. Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. But the moment I say politics, the rules, the system, the government, the money, the economy, now I've given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reasons that I cannot do it. You see that? So I have just limited myself. And so guess what? I'm resigned to I cannot do it. I'm resigned. There's no way I could do it. So I limited myself by the conditions I place on the meaning I set about the things around me. You all get that? Well, you all can replay this and you all can get that if you want. I hope I press some buttons. Somebody's going to be happy. Somebody's going to be upset. Somebody's going to be confused. It's okay. Your brain will catch up with this. And somebody will be socially said, you're terrible. You're not socially nice. I said, correct. I'm not socially nice. Are you socially wrong? I said, correct. I might be socially wrong. But that's your point. I think I'm socially right. So who's right? Who's wrong? Who knows? Yes? So I'm not here to be
Socially
right.
right is subjective, though.
It's subjective. I'm not here to be right and wrong. I'm not here to hear that. I just want to give you another way of looking at the world. So hopefully you guys open a little bit of your eyes, a little bit of your brain, and it's firing back and forth. And tonight you're going to be like, oh, you know, rewiring everything. Okay. Any questions?
I do have one, and I think maybe I might be speaking on behalf of a friend as well.
Okay. So let's speak for yourself first so that that person can also understand it. Go ahead.
From a teaching aspect, is there any suggestion that you would have for conveying the type of message that we talked about today to maybe a younger audience who isn't necessarily even as well versed in politics or ready to have a conversation like this, but could still benefit from that mindset so that they don't fall into the trap of the political game as they become old enough and people start ramming down their throats that they have to vote bipartisan?
Okay. Anybody have any suggestion?
Maybe kids have got enough going on their plate right now than to kind of give them the adult. I mean, this group is thinking a lot about politics. I can't imagine children trying to distill what I don't know what we're, depending on the age of the child, what's going on.
Well, sorry.
It will definitely depend on the age of the child. Thank you.
I noticed that with the students that I have in high school, even as young as 13 or 14, they don't really know what it is that they're talking about, but they have conversations where they're pretty much parroting what they hear. And if they hear somebody say fuck Trump, then they go home and then come to school and start talking about that. Or if they hear somebody, you know, they kind of regurgitate some of the political ideology, which not scares me, but does give me pause, because I think it's indoctrinating them into a certain mindset so that when they do turn 18, they feel like, I can personally attest to when Obama was running for president, feeling guilty for not feeling the way that everybody else felt about him being, you know, the Lord and Savior of us all. Or wanting so fervently to support him. And I do understand or see how easily some of these kids could fall into that and then get sucked into just a totally detracted perspective on what their own voice is, and even have people make them feel like their voice is owed to a party or owed to a social group or owed to their parents or owed to whoever else, where they don't ever really even get to vote. They just get to do what people tell them again.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Rico. So I need you to take a deep breath and release. And take another breath and I hear your message, I want you to let it go. You ask a very important and powerful question. So allow your mind to just open up and hear it. Is that okay? Just allow your mind to just let go of what you heard. You said something very important, that kids regurgitate what they're taught, is it not? A lot of kids, they just regurgitate, okay? So you choose to be a teacher in this life, yes? Are you a powerful teacher or a weak teacher? I'm putting you on the spot here because you asked a very good question, my dear friend.
Well, I mean, I hope to be a powerful one, but I also hear, even when you say that they, as you repeated what I said of them regurgitating, I wonder if me trying to disseminate this message isn't just trying to get them to regurgitate what we're saying. So, I mean, I guess in that regard, I may not be as powerful a teacher as I
Right now, you are at the mercy of the system. You're not in charge of your life. You try to be, and those people that work with me understand I love to hear that word, that you are not doing it yet. So you practicing to be that powerful teacher. So the moment you claim that you're powerful, you will hear the solution for the kids. So I'm inviting you to claim your own power, that I'm a great teacher and I will find solution for my kids. I don't care what. So the moment you claim you're a great teacher, one solution could be as simple as this kid come in here, it doesn't matter what age, it's like, you know, my mom said or my dad said, you know, Trump is terrible. Okay, I says, so you, because you claim that you're a powerful teacher, you look at the situation, you read the energy of the system, you look at the energy of this thing, and you study what's best for this soul and what is your part of this journey that you are to help him make a difference 15 years from now. The moment you can claim that power, you can look in this side and say, son, I heard what your dad said. What do you think about that?
Mm.
Are all human beings bad, or just somebody said that? What do you think? You know, would it be a good idea to start thinking for yourself?
Mm.
And if you do, how do you start that, my son? You know, you might want to do your own research. Why don't you do that? Tomorrow, just go look at what that person is and come back to tell me what that answer is for you. And we'll talk about that. Is that okay?
Mm.
So now he's starting to think for himself, is it not? Instead of just taking what somebody tells him, is it not? This is just one simple solution when you are attuned with your own self and your own power to be able to give, instead of just saying, well, this is socially like, that's wrong. And then the next person can come in, a little girl come in and say, I'm so afraid. Everybody says that is a terrible person. It's like, why are you afraid? Very clear. Look at this one. Well, because I think the world is going to collapse. Everybody's going to fight. Wow. How did you come up with that answer?
Mm.
I'm getting fully present to her world, yes? Instead of the standard academic answer. I says, okay. Is it really true that the world is going to end? Can you take a look for me and see what is happening around the world? Just take a look. Is there not going to be any school tomorrow? Like the simple basic things, because a small kid cannot go big. So you have to, you know, are you not going to come to school tomorrow and I'm not going to be here tomorrow? So if you come back tomorrow and see me again, is it ending? And then tomorrow again, you can tell me, is it ending? And then, do you want to do something about that? Help them to think. if they want to be a part of the bigger solution. So what kind of teacher do you want to be, Rico?
Powerful teacher.
Thank you for thinking about it. You haven't claimed it yet, but you're thinking about it.
Alex?
So I want you to text me when you claim it and says, Alex, dang it, I am. Okay? You got to text that to me, okay, Rico? And Robin, I want you to hear from me. He's gonna text you too, okay, Robin? So we're holding him that he's gonna be a powerful teacher, yeah?
Yes.
And Remy, you can help me too, okay, Remy? Thank you. Okay, John. So
I'm curious, Robert, have you gotten clarity yet?
Have I gotten clarity?
Yes, on your question earlier about being spiritually confused.
No, I have not.
Okay, John, you asked the question. Do you want
My
to?
mind reads both sides of the equation, and I don't know whether who's telling a lie or who's telling the truth.
Okay.
Because both sides have their agenda.
The solution is the third answer. Your own.
Okay, John, you asked the question. Do you want to help her?
Do I want to help Robert?
Help Robert?
I'm just wondering, Robert, how you could find the clarity. What choices would enable you to find the clarity easily?
Bye, everybody.
All right. Take care. Good.
I'm just going to have to let my soul direct me.
Thank you. That was awesome.
And how would you do that, Robert?
By sitting down, being quiet, and reflecting. Close my eyes, deep breathing, and reflecting.
I have a question.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not finished yet. So thank you, Robert, for choosing to listen to your higher self to get the answer. And can you trust the answer?
I will get the answer.
No, can you trust the answer that you get?
I didn't quite get the question.
Can you trust the answer that you get?
Yes.
Thank you. So when you get the answer, I want you to text me what the answer is.
And that answer might not come till the day before, or even that day.
Okay, I'm gonna let it slide this time for you. Okay. Okay, so Maggie, thank you, Robert, for sharing, and thank you, John, for helping him. Maggie?
Robert's original question, was he right or wrong in the past, or is he right or wrong in his thinking now?
No, he's just in his question he's not sure which one. There's so many information that's coming. He doesn't know which one to choose. So it's not
because
about
when he said in the past sometimes he'd been right and sometimes he'd been wrong, my question was who said, like, what is he using to define that? Like, if it already happened in the past.
My answer is right or wrong was on which way I chose.
Yeah, when he said that if he didn't choose Obama and Obama win, he's just saying that he didn't pick the right one, and it's just a context of which one that he chose. And it's for me.
So it was just the judgment of being on the winning team.
It still will be what it's meant to be will happen.
Yeah, I mean, because it already.
Okay, Maggie, go ahead.
Oh, it happened already. So who said it was right or wrong? That's my question. If it already happened, then did it make it right or wrong?
Well, the right or wrong was I based on who won.
Yeah, from Robert's perspective, he chose the person that didn't win. That's all.
Over the many years, and I voted in the primaries and everything. And right now, I have more time. I can read more and study more than I ever did.
Okay, so I'm gonna open this for you guys. Thank you for really participating in this conversation. There's a lot of things a lot of direction I can go with that. I just wanted, because the time frame, I just wanted this. So I'm just curious, for those of you who got this conversation, I want you all to create a powerful context for what politics is for you in this life, whether it's for the soul or whether it's for the intergalactic conversation, okay? Or what do you want to use this for your journey? And I want you all to email me, so I'll get to read and see what you all come up with, okay? Sounds okay? For those who want to play, like I said.
Alex, can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so I'm saying to you guys that politics, you guys come to Earth as a soul. So that means politics is part of our journey, okay? So I'm just asking you, no matter what, because we have a whole vast group of people. I have people from all walks of life that's going to be listening to this. So they're going to be coming from just doing an earthly plane work, okay? Or soul work, spiritual work. And there's going to be quite a few people that's coming in from intergalactic work. How will we see politics is a wonderful part of our journey that we would know how to take advantage of? You get that? Versus it's a barrier. Okay? Or it's a problem. So you guys can email me, go think it out, write it up, and you did a brainstorm it, you know. And Kianda, tell him he can email me too. Okay? So write it out and then think all of this. And then when you think of a powerful statement, politics to me is, okay? And it's so helpful for my journey, okay? It's like it's the perfect tool for my intergalactic brothers, okay? Or sisters. And whatever you write, just email me. And this is just between you and me, okay? So you guys can be creative. Oh, you guys are going to have so much fun coming down the road. You have no idea what I'm going to unleash on you guys.
I bet I do.
I bet you don't.
Oh, maybe not.
You see how I press a button and it changes already. How brilliant. Well, thank you so much for listening to this conversation tonight. And thank you so much for just freeing yourself from thinking another way of looking at the world that is so beautiful around us.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Alex.
Yes.
I know I'm driving you crazy. But I'm good for that.
Do I good for that?
It's at the leaving point, and Karen's mom was given a diagnosis today that's concerning of Karen, and since we're a community, I was wondering if you could open up for people who are interested to pray about that or whatever.
Okay.
For Karen and her mom.
So instead of a prayer, Karen, I have to ask Karen first because it's her mom. It's not your mom. And so Karen, do you want me to say something about your mom?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me permission to say something about your mom. And with respect to what is going on, there's several ways that I want you all to see something. But first, when you hear something that's not working or something that's broken or something that's sick, whether it's cancer or injury, we automatically want to pray for it to be better, yes?
Sometimes.
Thank you, Karen. She's understood that. But because it's her journey, what's most important is actually understand the function of that element in her life first, yes?
Right.
Versus my desire for her to be healthy. Do you understand that? So my request, if you all want to pray for people, I would ask you first take a look at what is this thing that happens to them, what is the function of their human journey that they need to learn from? Why? Because I don't want you to take away their lesson, yes? I want you to be a part of the lesson and a part of the solution. So when you look at that and just says, okay, then tune in, look at that, and see what is the function of her element in her life. And you can talk to the soul or talk to the person and says, what do you want my support? How do you want me to support you in your journey? You understand that? I would much rather you're tuned to that and to give her the strength or the support she needs to get that lesson than to just send her healing energy. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So would you guys be willing and open to practice that and try that? And I know you all will have questions later, and I'm willing to answer because you all open this door, okay? But
Karen?
So thank you for sharing, and thank you for allowing us to use this.
Karen, I may be able to help you.
Okay, Robert, hold on a second, Robert. Robert, hold on a
That
second.
is what they call a death sentence.
Robert, can you say it again because we cannot hear you?
My life to the fullest every day. It's not affecting me. And
Good.
if you lean that on to your mother, live every day to the fullest that you can.
Thank you for sharing that wisdom. And so, Karen, you can pass that on. Okay, and also help her to live the everyday to the fullest, okay?
Yes.
Right, and did you all understand what I was saying about instead of just giving her prayer yes, right away?
Yes.
Yeah. So this
Love it. Thank you.
It's a little bit higher thinking than just fix, okay? So thank you for entertaining that conversation. You guys stick on for the whole 2 hours. I have to admire you guys. You guys are strong people. And most people just drop off in 1 hour.
Hey, this is my first Zoom one. It went through.
Huh?
My first Zoom on my phone.
That went through the whole time, huh?
Yeah, I got kicked out once, but I got back on.
Well, thank you, Susan, for coming back on and persistent. And you got your Zoom working now, so you're ready for the fun stuff. Yay!
Can't wait.
And again, you guys, thank you so much for coming and actually changing the energy of politics in your world. And I know you will make a difference in a lot of people. Enrico, if you're still here, Enrico is not. Oh yeah, you say Enrico. Thank you for choosing to be a powerful teacher when you are.
Go Rico!
Everybody, Remy, you guys are very quiet today. Zemi and Zach, I'm surprised. Remy, you didn't say anything. Next time I'm gonna pull you guys to say something, okay? Again, thank you for coming today, you guys. Really, thank you, for sharing. So have a blessed day and bye-bye. Many blessings. Okay.
Take care, Karen.
Bye.
Bye.